Well, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, alpha traders. Lovely day here in cryptocurrency world, all right? Lovely day, lovely day. So what's Bitcoin doing? Let's check it out here. Got the alpha trading volatility range estimator up. Right when futures opened yesterday, whoops, let's get that off. Right when the futures opened up yesterday, Bitcoin had a nice little pump. All right, Bitcoin had a nice little pump up to yesterday's 95.4 Laplace distribution range, as you can see right here. Here's where futures opened. Boop, right there. Bam. Big 15-minute candle. Right to the 95.4 Laplace on yesterday's daily candle, right? Then we get a dump out. Okay. NASDAQ started dumping, right? Where did Bitcoin bounce from? Third standard deviation normal distribution. There was the 1SD, tapped it, bounced, went up to the bottom side of the daily range to the dollar. Bounced off the 1SD to the dollar, to the bottom side of the daily price action volatility range to the dollar. Dumped. Where did it dump to? To the dollar. The S3 on the daily price action volatility range. Then we had a little bit of a bounce here to the bottom side of the 95.4 Laplace distribution range today. Then we went down to the third standard deviation normal distribution. Got a lovely bounce. 95.4 Laplace, rejected it again, came back down to the dollar, tested the daily price action volatility range S3. You guys seeing this indicator? It's very powerful, very powerful. Then what happened? The Bitcoin bulls, right? They stuck those green horns right up the bear's ass. This thing ran all the way up into the weekly. Here's the bottom side of the weekly price action volatility range. The center, the top. Bitcoin ran right up into it. Plus, went past the first standard deviation normal distribution. So guys, in one day, this is why we use the distribution and price action volatility ranges. Dump to the third standard deviation, right? On the bell curve of normal distribution, that's a 99.7% level. There's a 99.7% chance Bitcoin stays above that level. And it bounced all the way past the 1SD to the top side. That's a hell of a trend. Trend down, trend up. People got wrecked that didn't take profit. We go over this time and time and time again. People that got in this short, right? And say it bottomed out about 5 o'clock in the morning, right? Then people see it just going sideways. Oh, well, that's printing a bear flag. Oh, I'm going to stay in my short. I'm going to go to work. They're wrecked. They're either liquidated or it hit their stop loss because these morons are using very poor risk management strategies, putting their stop losses probably above their entry a little bit, right? Probably using the ATR, some foolishness like that. Guys, they got wrecked. They got knocked out of their position, lost all their profit. And what do they scream and cry? Manipulation. The whales are manipulating us. No, your ignorance of how these markets work is manipulating you. Period. The end. It's ridiculous, man. I guarantee you people got wrecked today. The ones that didn't, the ones that use the distribution, and the ones that aren't greedy, good for you. You made some good profit. Fortunately, I'm in the middle of a move. I barely got time to do the streams, let alone freaking trade the markets. But I love seeing this stuff. I got frozen shoulders. Give me a second. Oh my God, I'm lifting all kinds of heavy shit. Okay, let's see. So that's about enough of the VRE. Powerful move today. Powerful freaking move. Gotta love Bitcoin. And to be honest, if you guys were watching traditional markets, NASDAQ was down like 500-600 points right? SPY was down a lot. Man, they bounced. They came screaming back. People in the traditional markets, right? People freaking buying puts up there. I mean, people are getting wrecked right now instead of just chilling, right? Instead of just relaxing, letting this market shake itself out, letting this market. Now, I'm going to show you a couple levels that these Bitcoin bulls are going to try to recapture. And also, let's take a peek right here. This is the weekly distribution chart with current candle distribution levels on the weekly and a couple projections from the 60 to 29K pullback and from the 41K low. And you can see why I still have these projections going, because they're solid, man. They're catching everything. Look at this weekly candle. You see that dot right there? Where that wick went right to it? Right to it. That's the first standard deviation normal distribution on the weekly, and we bounced from there. Okay, see how this all works? Third standard deviation on the daily, first standard deviation on the weekly to the downside. It played out literally perfect. All right, let's see here. So this week, now, if the Bitcoin bulls can continue to run their game here, maybe they can do a 1SD move. Here's a problem here. See, here's this 68.3 Laplace distribution range that I've been talking about. All right, I told everybody, if we close the weekly candle below here, this was a little extreme. This caught a lot of people off guard. If we were going to close the weekly candle, I was thinking it was going to be a little bit, then get some continuation. That weekly candle just really dumped out. Look, guys, almost did a third standard deviation move on the weekly. Powerful, very powerful. Then we open up this week, dumps right to the 1SD and pops. All right. Let's see if these Bitcoin bulls can get back into this 68.3 Laplace distribution range, which is over 40K, 40.5, 40.5. If we pop this on a monthly, here's the first standard deviation to the downside right there, 39K. Right now, $39,001. We're going to look for these Bitcoin bulls to try to reclaim that first standard deviation. There is a 68.3% chance they do. There's a 95.4% chance it stays inside the second standard deviation in the 95.4 Laplace distribution range down here. We didn't quite get there. Because why? Because all these YouTube jimmies out there, they're all talking about, oh, it's going to 30, it's going to 30. We give you precise areas. Now look where that's at. It is down there around 30. The 95.4 Laplace distribution range on the monthly is at 29,918 right now. Second standard deviation, 31.5 area. Didn't quite get there. Well, everybody's talking about that area. These algos are going to front run that shit, man, and wreck everybody. So people are down here just waiting. Well, I'll take my profit down there when it gets to 30, or I'm going to get my entry at 30K. No, you're not. You could in the future. Who knows? This thing could continue to dump. But don't think their Bitcoin bulls aren't out there just waiting to pounce, right? There's a lot of seller exhaustion in this market, right? A lot of it. That's why we got this nice bounce today. Oh, let's see here. So that's an area I'm looking to reclaim by at least the end of the month. It would be nice by the end of the month to get up inside the monthly 68.3 Laplace distribution range. The downside is at about $42,700. Top side 50.4. That's this range right there. Now, we closed the monthly up there. This is looking good, right? We dipped down in, almost got to this second standard deviation. Didn't quite get there though, right? If we can close the monthly up here around this 1SD, this on the macro, this still looks great to me. I'm telling you right now, you want to see what even looks better? I mean, let's keep this in perspective. For all you freaking kooky bears and your little bear gangs out there, let's put this on the quarterly. Let's check this out. Scale this up a bit. Right? There's Bitcoin all time. Bullish. Real bullish. Right? Where you don't get moves like this in any asset without pullbacks. We're crying out loud. People taking profit. right? There's a reason why there's people out there that are very wealthy. They make money. They're not in a bear or bull gang, right? They're just not. They take their profit. They play both sides of the coin. They're the ones that create the fear in the market. They feed off retail traders, feed off of them. They've been doing it for a long time. For a long time. Since since algorithmic trading began. They've been programming these algos with the distribution using probability and statistics. Okay. At the same time, pushing traditional technical analysis onto the retail traders. There's a lot of people involved in this industry-wide scam, in my opinion. All right. A lot of us believe that in alpha trading. This is an industry-wide scam. 100%. There's a reason why a lot of retail traders don't make a dime. They lose money. They are liquidity for these big players. That's all they are. They're cannon fodder. 100%, you guys. Okay, so that's enough of that. Let's pop over here real quick. Let's take a peeky poo here at the 4 hour. Now, this whole move down, the Z-score log returns was building bull div, right? The whole time. The returns oscillator, building bull div the whole time. The Fishers, building bull div the whole time. The DLP, building bull div all the time. This is why we use divergence between price action and returns. This is why we do that. I would be, let me see something here real quick. Let's take a look at this shitty indicator people love called the relative strength index. Oh, look, TradingView. Hey, guys, it's updated. That means it's better. Clown show. Give me a fucking break. Let's see here. To this point, there was literally no bull div building on the RSI. All right, none at all. Everything else, our returns oscillator, our Z-score log returns, the bull div was building. Now, when we had this dump out here, a little bit of bull div, right? A little bit of bull div. The whole time, though, the returns oscillators are building bull divergence. Let's see if it's building up here on some higher time frames. See how real this move is going to be. Okay, wasn't on the log return Z-score. I mean, from way back here it was, right? From way back here. DLP, yeah, a little bit. Fisher, a little bit. Log return, returns oscillator, not so much. Woo! This dump right here, look at the Shannon entropy percentile on the 12-hour expand significantly negatively correlated. Down we go. Volatility, expansion, negatively correlated. Look at the little bit of contraction here that went when it went positively correlated. Dump, kept walking down. This is why we use this. Look right when the Z-score of historical volatility bounces off the 99 or the 99% confidence interval. Look at the correlation break from positive correlation to negative correlation, right? Right at the dump. All the indicators are telling you the same thing on the 12-hour. Dump. Look at the variance. Look at this beautiful statistical indicator. Look at the variance. Head to the top side with an outlier. What's an outlier in statistics? It's a fat tail event. Second standard deviation move or greater. Did we get a 2 SD move or greater on 12-hour? Hell yeah, we did. Big time. And it was negatively correlated. That's why. Looking. Is looking a word? My brain's fried for moving. If you guys knew what I was going through right now. Holy shit, I just have to laugh about it. Okay. When you correlate variance, when you correlate entropy, when you correlate volatility to price action, it takes indicators that are not directional and makes them 100% directional indicators. There's clowns out there that actually talk about volatility, but they continue to tell people, well, volatility is not directional. Not by itself, but these clowns just don't get it. These clowns just don't get it. I've actually tried to help one. He's got a shitload of people following him, right? Might be something he doesn't want to talk about. He might be using his own people as liquidity. I wouldn't doubt it at all. We all know who I'm talking about. Tried to help him. Tried to tell him, you need to correlate these things, man. You need to use entropy. I don't want to listen. Bilbo, he don't know more than me. Okay, whatever. It's not that I know more. I know what to use. I know that correlating certain indicators is very powerful. Alpha Trading's the only one doing this, right? We've literally had people laughing at us, telling people we don't know what we're doing. It's a clown show. It's clown world, guys, girls. It's total clown world. It's all good. I'll go head to head with anybody with their indicators. All right? The alpha trading indicators are just dominant. Dominant. There's no doubt about it. Let's see here. And I didn't even see that up there. So on the 12-hour, yeah, right before we got that big pump candle, look at the return oscillator, right? Higher low, lower low. Bam! Just, man, that's a massive. Look at that backfill on that 12-hour candle. I'm telling you right now, man, if these Bitcoin bulls come alive, we go back to the VRE here. Recapture the bottom of this weekly range. This is what they're trying to do. The bears, since they dropped they're trying to get up in here. We're not even going to talk about last week's. This is the new weekly price action volatility range. The bulls want to close today up here. Let's see if the bulls can close above this 1SD. Let's see if the bulls can close above about 37.1. Here's the thing, though. We're going to take a little bit of a dip down this daily close. Why? Why do we say that? Because the new daily range is going to be right around I'm telling you right now, the new daily range is probably not going to move much. Depending, are we going to dump out? If price action stays up here at the top side, it might move down just a little bit. It's going to be a nice wide. It's going to be a wide daily range. Look for a little bit of a range coming into this new day in cryptocurrency here in about an hour and a half. Look for price action to range a little bit. We've had a couple days of some tight volatility ranges, right? Look for that. I mean, let's see how tight this was. Exactly what? 35.6. It was about 300 or about, yeah, $350 range. I'm looking for probably twice that coming into today, into the new day, pardon me. Maybe even bigger than that. Okay, I hope that shit all over the place. I am in disarray. This is what the Bitcoin bulls want. And if anything, look, when we get this new weekly range, I tell people time and time and time again, these daily ranges, these weekly ranges, they get tested. Did it get tested? Yeah, it did. First day of the week. It's pretty powerful. It could reject here. Be careful. Got to keep an eye on your indicators, on the volatility. You got to look for the correlation breaks and the entropy and the volatility, right? The variance. Look for these things. Pay attention. Because it could reject here. That could have just been a test of the weekly range. Now the bears are like, okay, we let them test the weekly. Now let's dump it. It's up to the bulls right now. If the bulls can get up above this weekly range, up here, 38.7, let's just say 30, 38.8, and start closing, right? Some 4-hour candles above that area. This thing could take off. But the bears trust me, they're going to fight. They're going to fight. They want to push this thing. And I've talked about this at the end of last week. If the Bitcoin bulls don't come out, these scumbag bears, man, they will push this thing into the dirt. That's what bears do. They will claw their way to 20K probably. Yes, they will. The Bitcoin bulls need to take control. Because, yeah, I mean, let's be honest. The bears still have control of this market. Especially it's rejecting off the bottom of this new weekly range. So, when we close this daily here in about an hour and a half-ish, hour and 41 minutes to be exact. We're going to see price action is going to come down and test this new daily range. Does Bitcoin bounce from there and go to the top side? Does it break through the daily range, come back up, test it, reject, and continue more downside? This is what Bitcoin's the most volatile asset that's ever been known. It's all over the place. People trading traditional technical analysis are just getting wrecked. They're just like, I want to get in at the bottom. What's the bottom? It's ridiculous. Trade the volatility, trade the entropy, right? That's all you can do. You want to know when there's a trend. That's what you want to know. Go to 9-minute. I don't even have to look. I know already. The entropy. Boom, dropped into trend. Tell you what, the first part of it, I'll tell you what, this is typical Bitcoin. I'm surprised that this is random in between, because it trended to the downside first on the 90-minute. Then when it started back up to the top side, the correlation was telling you that the correlation was increasing to the upside. It didn't drop into trend almost the end. That rhymed. That's interesting. We probably see different on a lower time frame, like the 15-minute, the down move and the up move. Yeah. So that down move right there at the end there, trend. This entire up move, yep, trend. Right? Trend to the top side, trend to the downside. We love our entropy. We love our entropy percentile. All this works so great. Powerful. So let's do some intraday stuff. Let's take a look at this daily chart. I only got up to the 12-hour. Yeah. That's a good daily looking candle. Let's be honest. All right. It's a good looking daily candle right now. I'll tell you what, if Bitcoin can close up here above 37.5, let me take a look here real quick. I'll tell you what, I think just close above 37. Close up in this weekly range. Close up in this weekly range. You're going to have a big ass bull hammer on the daily. Now, why do I talk about candles, right? Because volatility creates them. That's where these people that trade candle patterns and things of that nature, they get wrecked all the time. When you understand volatility is creating these candles, you're watching the volatility. Because people that just strictly trade those patterns, they get wrecked all the time. These patterns can break every which way but loose. So you just got to pay attention to your volatility indicators that are creating those candles, and then you will never get wrecked like that. But it is good. And the volatility, let's take a peek here. I mean, it's a little concerning. This volatility, you see how it's going positively correlated right here. Starting to go positively correlated. Still significantly negative, but it is starting to head positive. And we are maxed out on the daily at 100%. Here's the thing. For Bitcoin to continue to the upside, this needs to contract, stay negatively correlated, or it needs to stay at 100% and continue positively correlated. One or the other, or this thing's coming down. The entropy dipped below the second standard error band, right? And so it's definitely coming back up. But you can see we're decreasing. We're decreasing. The correlation is decreasing to the downside. Yeah, this all happened so fast on the daily candle. We had expansion on the entropy percentile. The correlation didn't even break. right? It's still heading negatively correlated. I'm telling you, if Bitcoin does not bounce off the new daily range, this thing's going to go back down. Definitely, because you can see. Let's see what happens at the close with the variance. Is it going to change? Right now, it's positively correlated. Variance coming down. That's price action's going to walk down. At the close of the day, if the outside turns pink, and it's telling you that the variance is coming down negatively correlated, we'll continue some moves to the upside. But what's building right now on the returns oscillator? Hidden bear divergence, right? But we've got, look at the log return Z-score on that dump, man. That thing is so down below. It got so below the 99% confidence interval. Usually when you get that, the log return Z-score makes its way back up to the top side. So this could just be one of those things where this whole week, Bitcoin's battling to get back up to test the 9-length variance log moving average up here. It's at 43K, right? That would reclaim the first standard deviation. Top, whoops, where are you at? Let's go back. Let me reload this real quick. Yeah, I want to reload. Okay, number one, that's going to get Bitcoin back into the 68.3 range. And that is literally, that's a 2 standard deviation move to the top side. That's a 2 standard deviation move to the top side. If on the daily, Bitcoin comes up to test the 9, just like it did here, and rejected. Because this, I mean, every Bitcoin is, look here, on the pump today, right? It got stifled by the Gaussian mean of the deviation bands. Got stifled, rejected right there. I'd like to see Bitcoin get back up there. I mean, if we could close the day above there, close the day above 37,305, that'd be fantastic for Bitcoin. But you got to remember that would be good, but at the same time, Bitcoin's going to come down and test the new daily range down here, right? Anywhere like right around 36. Somewhere down in that range. We'll have to see where it pops up at. But that's what I'm getting right here. Just by looking at the price action, the volatility is pretty balanced out to the downside and upside. So I'm looking, yeah, the daily's probably going to drop just a little bit. Maybe top side will still be in yesterday's, like right around here. But you're going to get a big range. Hell, you could have a $7,000 to $1,000 daily range. It wouldn't surprise me at all. So it's going to be interesting to see if we can bounce off the top of that daily range. And this is typical. Bitcoin, the price action's already making its way back down to where this new daily range is going to be, right? I would love to see it close up here, but it's better if it comes down and gets a little closer, right? And then when you open up the new day, it doesn't have very far to go. Get a bounce off that new daily range and then continue to the upside. But these, like I said, these bears are still in control. The Bitcoin bulls are trying to reclaim these higher levels. They are going to have to fight their ass off. Because these sellers, man, these sellers. Shoot, let's take a peek real quick. I want to go back here, though. And also, you've got the reverse wave trend on the 4-hour 38.5 area. 38.5 area too. Want to see if Bitcoin continues at the top side and rejects off there too. Because the wave trend and Fisher, remember what I told everybody? I was like, right over here, wave trend crossed up Fisher. And I told some people, hey, this could be it. We could break out. We could break out to the top side. And then I talked about at some point, if this wave trend crosses back down the Fisher, man, I mean, you can see what happened. All right, big drop off indeed. Let's look at some sell and buy and sell pressure. I can already tell you right now, it's ugly. Low time frames probably looks great. High time frames though, yeah, I mean, even look at the 4-hour. A lot of buy pressure, sell pressure waning. You want to see this continuing on the 4-hour. If this continues on the 4-hour, good times for Bitcoin bulls. Because these last 2 4-hour candles, a lot of buy pressure came in. A lot. And there was some resistance, right? And so is what that tells me is that hidden bear div that's being built, it's not going to be very strong. It's not going to be very strong if these candles continue to wane, right? And you continue to have this buy pressure come in. What about the 12-hour? Hey, hey, you can see even on the 12-hour, the sell pressure is diminishing big time. And we got a nice 12-hour buy pressure candle, right? Look, you got more sell pressure. You got more sell pressure right here, right? Compared to the buy pressure. Look at the difference in the velocity and acceleration though. The velocity and acceleration on all the sell pressure is to the downside. It's to the upside on the buy pressure. It's a daily look like. Yeah, see, the higher time frames you go, you're not going to see it very much. But you can see since all this has been happening, I mean, you can just see the sell pressure has been enormous, right, compared to the buy pressure. That's why we've been having these little up and downs, up and downs, up and downs. And this is telling me the bears are still in control. It is diminishing a little bit. You're going to want to see these daily candles, though, go down. I imagine we start climbing up through these time frames. It gets even uglier. Yeah. Yeah. Literally no buy pressure on this 2-day. Right. It's all sell pressure. It's all sell pressure, but you want to see this. Look, it's to the downside. All right. Velocity. There's no acceleration yet, but it's definitely it's building to the top side on the any bit of buy pressure. 3-day. Yep, same thing. Yeah, the higher time frames we go, it's going to be it's going to show the bears are in control. But everything rolls uphill. Now this yeah, this is not bad. I expected this to be nothing on the 5-day. But you can see on the 5-day it's still increasing. Look at the velocity acceleration, a lot of it. About the weekly. It's actually, I mean, this thing could flip. This thing could flip 100%. It's definitely decreasing a little bit, but so is the buy pressure. But it's the first day of the week. It's the first day of the week. Let's see what happens in these next couple days. Let's see what happens if this weekly buy pressure candle can start building and you see this velocity and acceleration start building. We could get a little turnaround right here, but coming into the end of the day, the bears are running this thing back down to where the new daily range is going to be. All right. I'm telling you, they are going to defend this area. They do not want the bulls up in here. That's the biggest thing right here. The bulls are in this thing up in here, and the bears are like, whoa, danger, danger. Let's get this shit back down below the weekly range. And that's what they're doing. Right now, price action's back down again in the daily 68.3 Laplace distribution range. There was a 68.3% chance this price action got back down in here. There's a 68.3% chance Bitcoin's data set closes in here. So it's a waiting game right now. Yeah. People that don't take their profit in this market get absolutely wrecked. People that do take their profit in this market make money. Bottom line, they do. Ah, like a night. Oh, God, we don't need that anymore. Yes, I want to leave. Oh, loot's pumping. Go loot. Story for another day. If you're looking for an NFT play to earn game, Cops Game. Check it out. If you're looking for some long term holds in NFTs, check out Catalina Whale Mixer. Check out Quantum Traders. They're both doing great things. About the nut. Let's see if anything's switching up over here. On the Z90 minute. Okay. I mean, look at the 90-minute when that wave trend literally got probably $100 above the Fisher right there and rejected, and down goes price action on the 90. Back up above the wave trend. So that, yeah, I mean, this is all okay. So the new daily range, I told you, is going to be around 36, right? The wave trend, the reverse wave trend on the 90-minute is at $35,900. So if it can bounce off the top side of the new daily price action volatility range and find support on the 90-minute reverse wave trend, this thing can probably go back up to the top side. These variance log MAs, what are they telling us right now? Indecision is what they're telling us. We want to see these bad boys turn below. Let me go back. Right? You want to see them. When you see these variance log MAs turn blue, it's telling you the returns are above the mean. And the returns are above the mean. Oh my God, I'm lost right now. Sorry, guys. Returns are above the mean and variance is rising. Sorry. My brain's fried. So that's the 90. I bet this 45-minute. Bilbo, why do you use the 90 and the 45-minute? Well, because they're powerful time frames. Number one, 9, 5 and 4, 9. Everybody knows I love numbers. And I use a certain strategy when I'm using lengths for all my indicators. They play out perfectly. Well, you can see here on the 45-minute, we also rejected off the 99 length variance log MA. Where's the reverse Fisher in here? 35.2. 35.2, a little farther down. I'll look if that 90-minute doesn't hold, the 40, we'll probably drop back down here. To this power mean band. But it's starting, it's wanting, everything's trying to turn up. But man, I'm telling you, man, they have really got to get this thing moving. These Bitcoin bulls have got to wake the hell up. That was yesterday, right? Where we got that pump when the futures open, and then down we go. Look at the 45-minute. Pops up, rejection off of the reverse Fisher down to the daily low, the monthly low, the weekly low, right? And I'm sure everybody right here is going, okay, here comes 30K. Wrecked. Get over leveraged. And you see how these people that don't take profit, they FOMO into dumps and then they get over leveraged and then they get wrecked and liquidated. These algorithms, they know how to liquidate people. And unfortunately, there's a lot of stupid people in the world that trade. It's amazing. It is amazing. Also got to go onto some trading discords. You want to see how dumb people really are? Go onto some NFT discords. Whee! Pretty bad out there, folks. Pretty bad. No offense if you're one of them. Learn. LERN. Learn. I want 90-minute now on our regular trading chart. Anything sticking out to me? Well, the variance on the 90s coming down negatively correlated. So chances are we'll probably get a little support here on the 90-minute 33 length variance log MA. 36K. 36K. Matching up right with the reverse wave trend. Yeah, so I'm telling you right now, if that area doesn't hold at the close of the day, we're probably going to get some more downside. If it does hold, the Bitcoin bulls could try to get up into that weekly range and get up above it, start closing some candles. Bears will start freaking out. The log return Z-score, though, on the 90-minute did go up and test that 99% confidence interval. It loves to come all the way back to the downside when that happens. So hold your breath. Everybody trading Bitcoin. Could be an interesting ride. Yeah, see, yeah, the 45-minute went negative or went positively correlated variance coming back down. Boom, 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 boom. 3 down candles. But the returns oscillator, right, getting pretty low the whole time too. Every boom, just building hidden bull, hidden bull, hidden bull. Every one of these points just building hidden bull. Lower lows, those are all lower lows. These are all higher lows, right? All these little data sets, higher low, higher low. Let's see here. Yeah, we're definitely going to want to bounce here. When we get this new daily range, a lot of things are lining up for like 36K area, to be honest. 36K area. We'll have to see what happens, though. If that 36K area could dip a little bit below on a wick, maybe on the 4-hour, the first 4-hour candle closes below 36. This baby's going back to the downside, probably. Might be a little bit of a stair step to just shake some more people out. What's going on here? And I'm telling you what, man, these longs piled on. Let's take a peek at liquidations during that down move. I'm sure they're pretty extensive, to be honest. Okay. There they are. Too much shit. Too many bookmarks. Just go BTC. Yeah. On that down move, 200 mil. Almost 200 million last 24 hours. Bitcoin longs. Wasn't as bad as the other day, right? Wasn't as bad as the other day. There was literally almost a billion longs liquidated. Powerful Bitcoin. Algos liquidating people. The hell, man. You should only get liquidated one time. After that, if you get liquidated again, you just aren't getting it. You're just glutton for punishment. You deserve it. You deserve it. And they're laughing at you. Know that. They're laughing. They're like, look at these dumbasses. They're just giving us money. Give it, give it, give it. Oh, boy. Okay, let's take a peek. Let's see this. This is going to be fun. Let's go to the VRE. Let's go to NASDAQ real quick. This will be funny. Woohoo! Look at that V bottom on a NASDAQ. Telling you, the VIX was rising like crazy during this dump. Guarantee you, people just getting into shorts. They got their asses wrecked, big time wrecked. How far did this baby dip? Okay, right when the futures opened yesterday, we got this boop, got this nice pop to the center of where? The daily price action volatility range is that yellow line right there. Red line top, red line bottom. You can see first third of the day, NASDAQ was just like, yeah, let's mess with them. Let's mess with them. Let's mess with them. right in the middle of the night, Pacific Standard Time, started dumping. Then it really accelerated to the downside. First standard deviation, second standard deviation, third standard deviation, V bottom, bam. It actually got up, tried to get back up above first standard deviation right there, rejected, got a wick above it, but rejected, came back down, found support on the second SD and the 95 for Laplace, and rocket shipped up here to the end of the day. Let's see what SPYs looks like. Because yeah, NASDAQ was a down. 600 points, I think. Yep, sitting right when traditional markets opened up, 9:30. You get the little dumpy poo, V bottom, same with SPY. SPY's bringing it. Did bring it towards the end of the day. Could that be the bottom? Could that be the bottom for SPY? Let's check this out. What do I want to look at here? Kick us on SPY real quick. And I want to go to the weekly. Load up, SPY. Don't be afraid. We're all friends here. I reckon it dipped below that 9. Let's see. Populate. Holy crap. Well, we got a lot lower than the 9. So didn't quite get to the 54 length variance log MA. Look where it's at, look where it closed. Closed right on the bottom side of the 33. When SPY opens pre-market tomorrow, if you see SPY open pre-market tomorrow above that 33, you're probably going to see a run back up to the 9. It's probably going to be at about 455. And if it can reclaim that, guys, right? Profit taken, fear, scaring the shit out of retailers. Yeah, it didn't quite get down to that 54 at 414. But I'm sure there's a lot of people this was scaring the shit out of them. Man, boy, that thing finished strong at the end of the day. It really did. That's what I was kind of hoping to see on Bitcoin. But right now, let's actually go to the index. Where you at, index? A good looking weekly candle building right now. Big time. Having a little bit of hope. Having a little bit of hope. I said, if on SPY, if SPY, look, it's the same well, I tell you what, Bitcoin's a little behind. Bitcoin's weekly's below the 54. SPY just closed below the 33. As this week progresses, if Bitcoin and if SPY can close above the 33, Bitcoin can close above the 54, you're going to see these runs probably back up. All right. This weekly does not look very bad either. Really doesn't. We just got to see. Got to see what these Bitcoin bulls are up to. They better bring it. I'll tell you that right now. See on the daily real quick. Whew. Man, that's just one hell of a daily candle. Wow. It would have been nice to see this baby fully close up here, right? About 37.5. I mean, this thing would have to rocket ship up $1,000 in the next hour and 15 minutes. Like I said, right? That 36K area is going to need to be tested. That's where the new daily range is approximately going to be at. If it can do that, though, well, Bitcoin could see some continuation. Like I said, it's going to go up here probably 43K area. Test this 9. Test that 9 length, variance log MA. You've got, let's see here. You've literally still got the higher lengths, right? The 54, the 99, and the 144. Actually, let me get a quick peek here. the only one. That's the 99. The 99 isn't pink, but you've got the 33, the 54, and the 144. They're all telling you log returns are below the mean and variance is rising. We want to see those change up, right? You want to see those babies blue good to the top side. Go in the stream chat. Geez, I haven't been in there. Make sure nobody's asking any questions. Oh yeah, thanks, Aaron. For sure. My little trees. Yeah. I will be on my property hopefully in a couple weeks. Then I'll really have a good looking background. Let me see here. The buy and the sell pressure is what it is. Because it is what it is. It's actually a DMI, but it's broke down to actually show the percentages of the buy and the sell pressure, which is good. So it just gives you some numbers. I mean, you can use a DMI to see the buy and the sell pressure. I just like seeing the percentages of it. Yeah, it was a chart that was pretty much shared with me. It's not even a published indicator. That's the thing. That is the thing. And the velocity and the acceleration is going to tell you just the power of the move, right? It's in the wording. It's in the wording, 100%. It lets you know. And is what I really use it for is to see, because it's what creates that divergence. When you see the imbalance in the buy and sell pressure and the imbalance in the velocity and acceleration, that's what creates those divergences. Yeah, it is, for sure. It is interesting. Time is at 2:50. We're almost done here. Let's go back on this VRE one more time here. Yeah, that I'll tell you what. For SPY to close above that 68.3 on the daily, it's pretty powerful. Pretty powerful. Look, here's SPY's weekly. Bottom side of SPY's weekly range 441.64. Center 445. Top. Let's see. Top is at 448, almost 449. Yeah, almost 449. So we'll have to see. SPY can bust above this weekly price action volatility range. This thing's going to run wild again. Run wild again. And wreck everybody that was actually buying puts. They'll be in some. They'll be adding legs. They'll be adding legs to their options position. You can guarantee that. That's how that happens. It's not like you just start out. You wake up one morning and you're like, I'm going to put on a condor. I'm going to put on a butterfly. No. They morph. Your options positions morph into those strats. I am using Chrome. It seems to work the best for everything I do. I don't like using Google shit. Google can go fucking jump off a bridge, but hey. I mean, like, I love Brave Browser, but Brave Browser just cucks the shit out of me with a lot of stuff. Yeah, Google Chrome. Yeah, I know, Andy. Dude, I have so many problems with Brave, though. It seems like I don't know why, but I do. Maybe it's because I always am running a VPN, unless I'm streaming, because I want some nice crisp charts. But yeah, maybe it's because Mac, man. Brave doesn't like Mac. I use DuckDuckGo as my search engine, not my browser. Yeah, I don't like those cucks knowing what I'm searching for. Right? Why is Bilbo looking up barnyard animals? Guys, I'm getting ready to go to my farm. I want to buy a horse. What? You got something to say, MJ? Oh no, that's our crypto warlord, I think.
What color horse? Has it got 4 legs?
Yeah, the four-legged ones. I like four-legged
No.
horses. Let's check out Solana's VRE. Boy, that's been a stair step. And what is that? Actually, now I want to see on the 15-minute on Solana what kind of div we're building there in the 15. So I like looking at these blue chips sometime because they can give you a little bit of an idea what's about to happen, especially if there's not a lot of div on these low time frames showing, which you can see on Solana, man. Lower lows, pretty much. Log return Z score, returns oscillator. If this returns oscillator, rejects here. I get to buy Solana cheaper. Put it that way. Solana's switching up here on the 15. Is Bitcoin doing that too? See something because it all starts on these lower time frames, right? Let's go to the perps. Same thing though. Yeah, this 15-minute log return Z score is probably going to work its way down, like I said, to that 36K area. But yeah, there's bear div for sure, building on the DLP and the log return Z score, not so much on the returns oscillator, which is good. Yeah, all these variance log MAs, you can see on the 15 how they all shifted blue. Then we had this little down move, and the 9 starting a little indecision, all right? I'm pretty sure when it goes white, that's just telling you like for 2 candles, is it variance is rising, 1 candle it's not, I believe. Okay, let's see here. Back to Sol. Wasn't done with Solana. Me and MJ were talking earlier. We wanted to buy some of that cheap Solana. I was busy all day. He was busy all day. Neither one of us got to get in any of that action. So what was that low, Solana? How low? $80. Shit. Remember I talked about this last week. These blue chip freaking altcoins. If Bitcoin goes to 30K, it's going to be a freaking fire sale on some of these things. Literal fire sale. Like, you know, I'm talking Algo, Avalanche, freaking Solana, Cardano, Polkadot, which, wow, 17 right now. I know it got down a lot lower too. I'm sure Donnie was buying. Donnie's buying some of that Polkadot down there. Let's see.
I sold it at $1 or
Oh,
something stupid.
yeah. Notice you YouTubers out there. I don't talk about Ethereum because it's a freaking gas scam. You will never hear me talk about Ethereum or even look at Ethereum charts. I could care less what Ethereum's doing. If people want to be involved in that gas scam shitcoin, knock yourself out. I don't want anything to do with it. I sold all my Ethereum at 2K. Well, Bilbo, you sold it half. Well, yeah, I shoved it in a lot of other stuff and I made a lot more profit doing it that way. Let's see. Yeah, that's about going to wrap it up. That is going to wrap it up. Let's see here. So, yeah, bottom line, let's see what, let me get back on here, Bitcoin again. But it would be nice to see these Bitcoin bulls come out. We all know everything's going to follow Bitcoin. Everything's going to follow Bitcoin. Just the way it is. Of course, BTC's data set, 68.3% chance it closes in this range right here, which is just fine. This is right in the area where the new daily range is going to be. That is, will get tested before any more upside. Or it breaks through the daily range. Maybe goes to a 4-hour, maybe 1 SD, 2 SD bounces. If you see a rejection off the bottom side of that daily range, get prepared. We might see some lower lows. Might see some lower lows. But considering the way this thing, I've been waiting, to see the bulls come in and get a lot of buys. We had some today. Will it continue? To be continued. To be continued tomorrow, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And if you're watching this YouTube video for the first time, we're Alpha Trading, and we trade volatility, probability, and statistics. And we love to teach people to do the same. The link to our Discord is in the description of all of our videos. Come into the Discord. Check out the shop channel. We have 2 different levels of our Discord to get you access to the Alpha Trading system. Open up a ticket. Tell us what's on your mind. It's a pretty simple Discord to navigate. When you first come in, you're not going to see a lot of channels. Once you join the Discord, your brain's going to melt because there's a million of them. We got a lot of channels in this Discord. There's a lot of education. We're a tight-knit group of people. Everybody's loving the volatility trading, so come check us out. Thanks, guys, for watching live in the Discord, and we'll see you tomorrow, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. See you guys.